Hey guys, welcome to today's Vlogmas, Tribe Life Vlogmas. My name is Jamal from Meadow, and in the Tribe Life Vlogmas, I share quick tips and actionable steps that you can immediately use to move your life in the direction of your dreams and be all that God has called you to be. And today I want to share with you how I make time for the things that I want to do with a full-time job, right? So I'm just going to share random tips, because also for the Vlogmas, I try to share everything that I need to share under 5 minutes. Now, the first thing that I do is that I prioritize ruthlessly. So when I plan my week, I first of all take out 24 hours for Sunday, because Sunday is family time, is rest time, and I'm not doing any work on Sunday. But the other days, I'm doing work. So I first of all prioritize my non-negotiables. So it includes my sleep. How many hours of sleep do I need times number of days? My work, how many hours of work how many hours of work I need to have times number of days. I also bring out like family time, cooking time, and all that, and care time for the kids and all that. So I calculate all that time, and then whatever is left, I also put my non-negotiables like my self-care, prayer time, and the rest. Whatever is left gives me an idea of how much I have left that I can allocate towards my other dreams. And whatever is left is also the things that is also the hours that get chopped up when if I decide to go on social media or just forget myself in front of YouTube, So yeah, I prioritize ruthlessly. Secondly, I plan and I time block my day. I make sure that if I put something down, there's a time block for that thing to get done. Otherwise, it's like leaving something to chance. If you don't schedule it, it might not really get done. So don't leave it to chance. I always make sure that I plan and then I time block the plan for when the activity should be carried out. The next one is that I leverage my early morning. So I plan my day in such a way that I wake up by 4 and I pray between 4 and 5:30, and between 5:30 and 7 before the kids 7:30 before the kids wake up, I'm able to put in 2 hours of leverage work of my personal goals I want to carry out. And I do that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Well, on Tuesday I drive to work physically, so I usually reduce that time to 1 hour. So yeah, I take advantage of early mornings. Now, late evenings can be an option for you depending on your schedule, but I personally prefer the early mornings because I'm able to do everything together with my morning routine, so it helps me. Moreover, if I have a late evening, it means I'll have a late morning, and once I have a late morning, sometimes it just doesn't work for me, but and then I think I love the freshness I wake up with, what at 4 to 5:30, and I have something to work 5:30 to 7:30. However, I can also do, because I usually will sleep around 10:30, 11, I can also work till around 12, or 12:30, and then sleep and wake up by 6 and pray. But I usually find out that I prefer actually to do the 4 o'clock, and it has worked better for me. So that's, but feel free to do what works for you. You can experiment too. And then I also maximize my lunch breaks. Usually I use my lunch break for the smaller tasks that I need to do. So besides the big goal that I want to achieve, I have the smaller things that I want to do. So I use my lunch break time or my coffee break to achieve that. The next thing that I do is that I make sure that I use productivity tools that work for me. Now, I am not a productivity tool hauler. I don't use a lot of things, but in a subsequent video, I'm going to share with you the apps that work for me. But now I'm just going to say that I use the Apple Notes, so you can use the Notes app, and then I use a simple productivity planner, but I have the other things that my entire productivity system, which I'm also going to talk about in another video, includes things like highlighters, the right biros and the rest. So I make use of these tools to create a very clear-cut plan for me. So when I get into the day, exactly what I'm achieving is before me. It's not confusing. I know exactly what I need to do, and all that, and I'm able to execute. And then another thing that I do is that I actually learn how to politely decline and say no. I don't have to do everything and all that. So if something is not really something that I should do, I know how to politely say no, or at least, or at best, schedule it for a later time, but I'm quite very intentional with my time. Another thing that I do is, along with that, is delegating, making sure that I'm able to free up time. So if there's somebody else that can do it, and I can pay the person, or I can work in exchange for something else, why not, just do it, and that's one of the things that I do I have a company by the side, so I have staff and I hired them, and I'm more like the ideas person, and they are the executors. They execute the ideas. Now, of course, I still guide them and the rest, but I had a plan because I'm a dynamic visionary, and I know that I wanted to be able to bring out a lot of things at once. But I also wanted to create leverage. So I hired staff, you know, and they're able to do that. So delegating is one way to make time for the things that you want. And then make sure that I practice self-care, time for myself, you know, because this body that is getting these things done, that is causing me, has to be taken care of, right? It's like when you have a horse, you need to take care of the horse because the horse takes you through distances. So I make sure that I take the time to take care of myself. I sleep, I nourish my body, I eat good food, I exercise, and the rest. And the last thing I would say is that I always prioritize progress over perfection. For example, this video is an example. You will notice that all through these videos I was wearing this one black sweater. Now there was a time when if I wanted to do videos, I'll bring out 3 changes of clothes and all that. But I now realize that those things were costing me time. And then when I go on YouTube, you know, I think that I actually first noticed it, and then when I researched, I realized I actually saw a lot of it. I saw, and maybe because they are men, but yeah. But I saw some nice people that, you know, nice YouTube channels. In fact, there's this particular guy, he only wears blue shirts. You know, I think since this year, all the videos he's done is one blue shirt. Now, I don't know if it's the same blue shirt, but that's what I see him. And then it's almost like it has helped with branding. And if you notice, you know, having one color of clothes, you know, actually helps with branding, so to speak. You know, I also went and researched other people. I was like, okay, as much as it would be nice to have these nice clothes and nice wears, at the end of the day, I want something more functional, especially because of the season of life I'm in. I mean, grow more and I'm able to have a full wardrobe, a plan, you know, a wardrobe management, and maybe I'm not working my 9 to 5, I have more time. I can bring in all those extra clothes and all those things, and they'll be great. But right now, as much as it's nice to look beautiful, you, my viewer, you really just want to get the tips, right, and move on and put it to practice. So I put progress over perfection. You know, for me, perfection in a way, maybe not full perfection, but you know, the future level will be for me to really, you know, have the prim and proper, change clothes and all those things. But it's just going to take my time that I don't have. Like, for example, I'm filming this thing now in the night. You know, my kids are asleep, and this is the best time for me to film. If I don't film this now, I'm likely not going to be able to film this thing again till next week Saturday, you know, because every other day after this is Saturday midnight, every other day after this I have something I'm looking forward to, you know. And one of the reasons I can film this today is because tomorrow, for church service, we're going to worship from home. We're going to connect to our home church because it's the first Sunday of the month. So this is like the perfect time for me to film. The other times I film is when my kids are at school and my day is off. So bottom line, you know, I chose, and I still choose, progress over perfection. I just make sure that the thing that I need to do is at the highest possible best. You know, for example, I'm not going to come before you looking tattered or all that. But at the same time, some extras that might not be very needful for now, we can leave them for later. So yeah, this is how I make time for the things that I want to do. Even with a full-time job, I'm able to balance out my life. Hope this helps. See you in the next video. Bye.